Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, it is good to be back at home, back in the station with my boy Adrian. Good morning, Adrian. How are you doing?
Good morning.
It's good to be back. Good to be back. Good to be back. I am the one, the only, the hot ravioli, El Presidente, Julian Nicholas, and I am here with the one, the only, the okay ravioli, Mr. Nessie. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Julian. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm just glad to be back. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Were you under the weather yesterday?
Good one. Nah, I was just tired. I just needed a break.
That happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Make sure you put in the paperwork to submit for that vacation day, though.
Sure. Speaking of letter. Speaking of weather, let's get into it.
We'll make it sweet. We'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 53 degrees, but do not worry, do not fret, as the saying goes. We'll be at a high of 71 degrees, and Mr. Nessie, I think you're going to be proud of me on this one. It is mostly going to be sunny.
Yay.
Yeah.
This is El Presidente coming at you with the weather report.
So, announcements as every day on the show.
Choir Club.
Choir Club, yes. Art Club, which meets in A101.
And Choir Club meets in A126.
The National
Art Honor Society
meets in the same room, A101. The debate team meets in C207.
Let's go!
The video club meets in A113.
The German Society Network in B115.
The yoga club meets in B204.
The Art on the Block at A208.
The robotics club meets in C113.
Class of 2023 in C209.
The social media club meets in C106. These are all the afternoon activities and the clubs for Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Also, an announcement from our music department. The summer district instrumental programs are open for students to register for. We are looking forward to working with NBHS musicians for our summer jazz program. For the jazz band performers and vocalists, you are welcome to learn and play Latin jazz, swing, blues, and more. This summer, there will also be marching band camp, Monday through Thursday, July 25th through August 11th, 7:45 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's for students in grades 6 through 12. The marching band will perform this fall and throughout the upcoming school year at football games, parades, and other community events. Vocalists are welcome and encouraged to join the Color Guard. If you'd like more information, please see Dr. Diaz, Dr. Mersinger, or Mr. Herskowitz in A214 for more information. Also, coming up tomorrow night, the event is finally here, A Night of Stars, the Zebra Variety Show, brought to you by the class of 2025 and your Hispanic Culture Club. Come out to New Brunswick High School, 6 to 8 p.m. in the courtyard for what will be a great night of talent from students and staff, for what I hear. Students, the price of admission is $3. Outside adults is $5, and staff members are welcome to make a donation of their choosing to gain entry. Also, coming up next week, as I flip the calendar to June, we've got our Festival of the Arts next Thursday, starting at 5 p.m. with an art show with hors d'oeuvres and a spring concert from our orchestra, our chorus, our jazz band. So come on out next Thursday for Festival of the Arts. That's it for the announcements.
Let's get on to sports.
there is no sports, so it's real easy to move forward.
Oh, because I was going to say, can we still go Zebras?
Not today.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, today is Wednesday, so it is Would You Rather Wednesday. Mr. Nessie, do you have any Would You Rathers for us?
Yeah, we're going to get real.
Okay, let's.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
aren't we already real, sir?
No, real, because yesterday some bad stuff happened in the world,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
I think we need to talk about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, yesterday in Uvalde, Texas, there was another school shooting
Mm-hmm.
that resulted in the death of 21 people. 14 were students. There was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
This is an elementary school that served, I believe, K through 4th grade.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this has become all too common
Mhm.
in this country.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying not to sound like I'm on a political soapbox, but we as people, we the people, if I put my social studies teacher hat on,
Okay.
can no longer stand for this to happen. Prayers, moments of silence, thoughts for the families and the survivors of these tragedies, that's not enough. Now, I know that right now this morning show doesn't have the largest audience, but we do have people who listen and tune in, and we appreciate that because we're a school group, right? I am fortunate enough to be able to come in here every day and, work with the two of you and our afternoon people, people like Mr. Alex, who is here, who helps out. And, I could not, and I don't want to ever imagine a situation where, I mean, I've been doing this long enough. This can literally happen anywhere, right? Julian, you came in. We're almost or just about 10 years out from the Sandy Hook
Yep.
shooting, which also took the lives of elementary school students. Some things that I pulled in from the news so far. A 4th grade teacher and a 10-year-old boy were among those who were killed yesterday. 19 children, 2 teachers. Based on this article, I have the names of 2 students. Mary Jo Garza, 10 years old, who just 2 weeks ago celebrated her 10th birthday.
Wow.
Xavier Lopez, he was a 4th grader. Eva Morales, she was a 4th grade teacher at the elementary school. She'd been teaching in the district for 17 years. And, yesterday, right here in our school, we had a lockdown drill. These are things we practice, and it's super frustrating. I heard this news yesterday afternoon. I have 2 children. I have a 4th grader. I have a 1st grader at home. And they were busy kind of, playing, and I stopped them what they were doing, and I just said, hey, give Daddy a hug. Let me just squeeze them a little tighter because, sadly, it can happen anywhere, and that is super frustrating. Super frustrating. I'm going to play a little audio clip here that kind of blends social media, pop culture. This audio clip is from Steve Kerr. He is the head coach of the Golden State Warriors in the NBA as they're getting ready in the conference finals. So I'm just going to play this clip from Steve Kerr. Super passionate. Take a listen.
I'm not going to talk about basketball. Nothing's happened with our team in the last 6 hours. We're going to start the same way tonight. Any basketball questions don't matter. Since we left shoot-around, 14 children were killed 400 miles from here. and a teacher. And in the last 10 days, we've had elderly black people killed in a supermarket in Buffalo. We've had Asian churchgoers killed in Southern California. And now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of the, I'm sorry. I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like. It's what we do every week. So I'm fed up. I've had enough. We're going to play the game tonight, but I want every person here, every person listening to this to think about your own child or grandchild or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs, you know. Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage. Do you realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check? 90% of us, we are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
Wow.
I said a lot, so Julian, your thoughts.
First of all, credit to him. That was honestly beautiful. He makes a point. He honestly makes a point. And frankly, it's disheartening that we, as the American people, have to see something like this. Like, have it be, like, something that's akin to us, that's usual, that's practically almost a daily basis where lives are being taken. It's heartbreaking. And the fact that it was kids. I mean, mind you, I have a little sister.
Mm-hmm.
I have a niece. I have a nephew, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to lose them. They're very precious to me, and that was just very heartbreaking.
Adrian?
He makes a good point. Like, when are we gonna do something about this gun control? Like, when are we gonna like make a law to literally have? I mean, I know in the Constitution it says we have the right to bear arms, but not like this.
Exactly. That's when you know that there has to be something.
There has to be an ending point for this, for gun control.
Like, No, not an ending point, a starting point. Because why? Adrian, explain to me. Excuse my French, but why the hell should we let 18 people who are in elementary school, no less, get shot? That's disheartening. That is honestly disheartening for anyone to say that. And yet we stand here and do nothing about it.
I mean, out of all honesty, the government's corrupt. At this point, it's already corrupt because literally we are standing here and it makes no damn sense. Why can't we do nothing about it?
Adrian, even the senator of Connecticut legit said he would beg Congress to pass a law talking about background checks because he knows how it feels. Because remember, This was 10 years after Sandy Hook. 10 years. And yet we still have this violence, this nonsense. Why? Why must we have to fear on going to school? Why do my parents have to fear that their kid might get shot when they're going to school, trying to get an education, trying to live their lives, trying to have friends, trying to make friends? That doesn't make sense. Why?
It
Our
doesn't.
parents shouldn't fear their kids going to school. Absolutely not, man.
It makes no sense why they can't do nothing about this. It makes no sense. It just
Exactly.
pisses me off more.
Here, but I can sense you guys being upset, and that is more than justified. Julian, a number of times this year, since we've started this, you have talked about your passion for politics
Yes, sir.
and history.
Yes, sir.
And you've shared on a couple of occasions, some on the air, some, just to us before the recording light goes on,
Yes, sir.
that you've written letters to prominent political figures. You get letters back. So I would invite anyone who's listening, and I would invite you both to not only do the following, but encourage others to write meaningful letters as young people, as for some people in this building who are 18, you've got the right to vote being 18 years old. Guys like you and other students who are not yet 18, you will get the right to vote upon turning 18 years old. And let government officials know what you think. And remember that your ability to vote and choose in the democratic process is one of the major ways that you can affect change. The other way, and to go back to your letter writing, Julian, our 2 U.S. state senators are Cory Booker and Bob
Menendez.
Bob Menendez.
Mhm.
You can get their information. You can write letters to them. They are 2 of the 50 senators. Now, I follow Cory Booker on a number of social platforms. Most recently, I came across and follow him on TikTok, where he shares great stories, and he's very inspirational. He's a good orator. And there was a lot of passion in his voice and thoughts yesterday. So I would reach out to our 2 state senators here in New Jersey to let them know how you feel about things like this, and let them know how old you are and you're a student and what you feel. And for everybody, when enough people say enough is enough, change can and will happen. My certainly, while it feels hollow, but my heart is there. Thoughts and prayers are with the victims and the families who wake up today and are dealing with immense pain. And for that community, it shouldn't have happened, and God willing, something happens where it doesn't happen again. I want to thank you on behalf of Julian and Adrian for listening to the Zebra Morning Show today. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.